So I think.
Let's see if I can handle 2 live streams. Hard work, dedication.
Bad decisions.
I just want to say dedication. It's like a
Let's do that and just get live.
episode 12?
13.
13. Jeez, man.
Yep,
Racking
13
them up.
episodes, man. We 13 episodes deep.
All right, there you go.
All right, guys. Welcome to another episode of Hard Work, Bad Decisions. The good, the bad, the ugly. Let's talk about it. All right. So today we're going to talk about values, okay? And we want to know, do your values help strengthen up your self-discipline and other parts of your life? And then we're also going to talk about old school values, things that we feel like from generation to generation is being lost. And which is a big concern because we see now.
Hey, what's up, Adam? Keep going.
Yeah. So we see now that kids are being raised, and I'm not trying to fault any parent, but like kids are being raised with not the same values that we was raised with, and that line could go back even further. So I want to talk about it. So if you have any ideas or any values that you feel like is being lost, from generation to generation, chime in and tell us your point of view. All right. First and foremost, we're going to talk about, what we think values are. And I'm going to start from my upbringing, which is the Army. I'm also going to introduce, and I guess I should have did it from the beginning. My name is Gilbert Smith, and my co-host is Mac Little. He's over here doing some computer work. But
yeah, I went live on a computer and also on my phone, trying to tackle a couple different platforms at once.
Yeah. We're trying to figure out when it comes to our live video, should we go live on Twitter or Instagram, Facebook, or all above? But we got like a couple of these.
How are we looking over on Instagram? We good?
Yeah.
Can you guys see it and hear us okay?
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
I got to pick up the mic. I should probably do that.
Yeah. All right. So Mac, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. I always, I don't know, I'm trying to change my system of how I approach the day.
Yeah.
Because before it was just kind of a mixed match of, here's my daily routine and it kind of is ruled by whatever is the most important thing of the day.
Yeah.
But now I'm trying to get to like that set routine of I wake up at 6 a.m. and right after 6 a.m. I go and do this and then go to that next thing, like a system of things.
Yeah, I mean, because we are creatures of habits. But you know what?
Do you have systems like that?
We do, but hold on. Before we get into this conversation, and then I apologize, guys. I want to talk about something real serious. I should have started out with this. I want to talk about the police officer that was shot yesterday, and his name is Micah Flick. He is survived by his wife and 2 7-year-old twins.
Mm-hmm. I
just want to give out, a big, love and my condolences to his family because, that's a pretty bad thing, sad thing, the fact that these police officers, every day they put their life on the line to help protect us, and for something stupid and small, it's a stolen car. His life was taken. So to Micah and his family, and also there was 2 other police officers that was also shot and 1 civilian. So we hopefully, so hopefully those police officers are doing well, and the civilian is doing well. It's just a sad situation, man.
Yep.
So
and that's not even that far away from where we're at right now.
No, we're talking about 5 minutes away from the gym, and I know in the last couple of years, it's been a lot of turmoil and beef between, civilians or even the black community and police officers and back and forth. But at the end of the day, I have a lot of respect for police officers. Some of my friends are cops, and I know the work they do. And I know it's not difficult, or it's not easy making difficult decisions in a split second. Mm-hmm. And every day as they go to work could be their last. They say, I come to work every day. I never think I'm going to get shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's really true. We don't work in jobs that happens. Yeah.
Yeah. So to be working in a job and voluntarily working in a job that there's a high percentage, or at least a decent percentage, that you can be killed in the line of duty, it's sad.
Turn this one up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
But anyway, so a quick shout out to Michael Flake and his family. Thank you for your service. And hopefully your family will get through this.
Mm-hmm.
And I know this is a tragedy.
Yeah, there's never easy words to say,
Yeah.
Especially because everything's cliche,
Yeah.
Words really don't help.
I mean, the biggest thing we can do is just give out our support, to his family and to the police department. Since January 1st of 2018, there's been 3 police deaths in the state of Colorado.
Oh, yeah, I do know that.
Yeah, already 3 deaths. So we need to change some things. Enough is enough. We can't be going out there killing each other, killing cops, the cops killing whatever. You know what I'm saying? We need to promote more love and unity and try to get things right and help each other. So, we go ahead and just move on to the subject, but I definitely wanted to give a shout out and talk a little bit about Michael Flake and his sacrifice, because he at least earned that right.
Yep.
He definitely earned my respect in that.
I wanted to, while we're on that subject too, I wanted to show you something here.
Okay.
Sorry if I close out my live stream on Facebook. I apologize. But actually, one of the realtors that I'm working with has a thing coming up here soon that I want to give a shout out to. Okay, so the Fallen Officers Fund. This is really relevant.
Wow, that's perfect timing, huh?
Yeah, so there is a Fallen Officers Fund to help support the families of our heroes who fell. Mm-hmm. Oh crap! It already happened.
Already happened.
They do events like this all the time. But there was a beer fest that was being done to raise money for the Fallen Officers Fund, and they do that every once in a while. They partner up with different organizations around town. There was an event that just happened where Colorado Mountain Brewery sponsored the event, and there was a bunch of other ones as well. They happen a lot, so I just want to give a shout out to the Fallen Officers Fund. If you guys know of that at all, or are interested in looking that up to see how you can actually support, whether it's through time or through money. Just Google it, Fallen Officers Fund, Colorado Springs.
That's dope. Next time, make sure you let us know that before the event.
Yeah.
Pass the information on it. That'd be nice.
Yeah, totally.
All right. Okay, so let's get back to the conversation as we was talking about values. Okay, we're talking about values, in our belief system that should help strengthen up our values and our self-discipline and our character and our integrity and all those good things. So I'll let you take the mic a little bit and tell me, how do you feel about that subject?
Good, except I just stopped my live video again. Dang it.
Oh, well, just keep pushing forward.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
How do I feel about the subject?
Yeah.
Yeah, I resonate with this one a lot, because a lot of what I've gone through in the past, people are like, I feel like I have an old soul, if you will.
Yeah.
The way I grew up and my experiences, I have your immature moments and all that, but overall, I feel like I've had responsibility and felt a desire to have all this old school values that I think was instilled in me through my grandparents.
Yeah.
Growing up with them and spending time with them.
That seems like a very good source.
Yeah. They taught me things that, we talk to and interact with people around town and whatnot, and you run into kids who are teenagers that are in their 20s, and you're like, why didn't you learn some of these basic skills about a good handshake or proper eye contact, or using manners and not just kind of flown off the heel when you're in public or around a professional setting or any of that stuff?
Yeah, well, I tell you, see, people base a lot of their values, and the truth is, you have to have a certain amount of self-discipline to even enact your values off of maybe religion,
Mm-hmm.
or just like you said, what you was raised with as far as grandparents or your parents, something like that. So for me, I base my values, a lot of it comes from, my time in the military, because we have the 7 core values. I don't remember all of them.
Do you know they are?
I don't. And I was trying to remember it, and I wrote that.
What is it?
I wrote down the 4 that I remember.
Proper. No, that's not.
No.
That's 7 P's.
Yeah, that's 7 P's. But no, I remember loyalty was a big one. Loyal, because I think that's a big one for me.
What is loyalty?
I mean, loyalty is like, if you're gonna ride with me, ride with me. You know what I'm saying? Have that type of integrity. I mean, because it all goes together. It's funny because it's loyalty, honesty, selfish service, integrity. Hey, if you remember the 7 core values in the Army, write it down. Tell us, because I can't remember all 7 of them. I only got 4 of them. And the 4 that I wrote down is the one that resonates the most with me. But because loyalty, I mean, that's just self-explanatory, and honesty, selfish service, and that's the thing that people forget. Like I think to have the will to give to others, which sometimes in the military or on police department, to give your life without any reward back. I mean, there's no bigger honor than that. So selfish service and also integrity. And I think integrity, honesty, and loyalty goes hand in hand. If you don't have that, then your value system is going to be very messed up.
Yeah, and so that actually kind of goes into when we were talking about the topic of the day. He wrote me a text message about it, and we were talking over it through text, and he was right on track with what I was already onto it there. Which, I mean, self-discipline, integrity, character. All of that kind of goes into the thought process that I had, and this isn't something that I came up with. I've read it in books, and one thing that is an old school value that's going away that isn't quite around so much anymore, you don't hear about it a lot, is mentorship.
Mentorship, yeah.
Having somebody that's older and wiser than you, that's been where you want to go.
Yeah. I mean, let's just go ahead and jump into it. Old school values.
Yeah, okay? We have a list. I'm not sticking to that at all.
Yeah. So okay. I wanted to break things down a little bit, but you know what? We're flowing with this. Let's just jump into it. So some of the values that we believe that is being lost from generation to generation, and we could call it old school values, whatever the case may be, but it's just really general things that you should be raised with, and you should have learned, and then you want to pass on to the new generation. The number one thing I wrote down is research. Kids today, they jump on certain topics or jump on certain platforms, and they don't know where it came from, and they don't pay respect to where it originated from. I mean, a perfect example, let's say hip hop. You see a lot of kids rapping, but they can't name where the hip hop come from. Who was the originator of hip hop?
Who was the originator of hip hop?
Good question. Do you know? Do you know the originator of hip hop?
No, I don't.
Okay, DJ Kool Herc. Yep,
was this in the 70s?
It was late 70s going into the 80s.
Okay, so I remember it around the end of the 70s.
In the Bronx, DJ Kool Herc. Do your research if you think you're a hip hop head. Okay.
I watched a documentary and it had him in it.
Yeah.
As the founder of hip hop. I'm like, I know I've heard of that guy before. But.
Yeah. That's the challenge, guys. Go out there. If you know that one hip hop head, the guy that always listens to hip hop, he thinks he knows hip hop, he wants to be a rapper, or he is a rapper, ask him, who was the originator of hip hop? And if he doesn't say DJ Kool Herc, go ahead and check him. Oh, Bernard Johnson, I appreciate it. Courage is one of them. Okay, so now I have 5 7 core values. 5 out of 7. I got courage, loyalty, honesty, selfish service, integrity. Okay, so if somebody could tell me the other 2 for the 7 core values, it'd be mad dope. Okay, all right. So research, going out there, figuring out, if you're gonna jump into this, it could be something simple as, let's say, for example, jiu-jitsu. I want to learn about jiu-jitsu and grappling. Should I not know where it came from? Who started it?
You think that's important?
Yeah, the founding fathers, the Gracie family, coming from Carlos Gracie, to Helio Gracie and Carlson Gracie, and then understanding how that trickled down and the whole development of jiu-jitsu, and then when I start to learn that, I become more deep into the art of jiu-jitsu, not just the sport. It's the art. It's the same thing like hip hop. Okay, you can understand the music, the rap, the break dancing and stuff like that, but together it's an art. Okay, so if you start to learn the history of it, you get into the art, and that's way deeper. So I know. So do your research, talk to your elders, and talk to mentors. Find a mentor so you really understand what you're talking about. That's me.
All
What's
right.
one for you, man?
One for me is, and this is kind of the foundation of all of it, is self-discipline.
Yeah. Okay.
Just because I think people are calling it other things. They're calling it passion. They're calling it duty and respect. Is that another one?
Duty. But
you looking this up?
No. And the thing about Bernard Johnson, I know him as Johnson. He was actually in the army with me.
Okay.
You know, and
you guys served together.
Yeah. We served together. We was in my first duty station here in Fort Carson, 183rd Maintenance Company, and he was a mechanic. I was a commo guy, and we was really tight. And yeah, okay. So now we going back real quick, guys. We got it.
Okay. Is that all 7?
Yeah, it was all 7. I got it now. I can't believe I forgot respect. Okay, so the 7 core values is respect, duty, courage, loyalty, honesty, selfless service, integrity.
Yeah, right there. Troy Jones just said it, right? Respect.
Respect.
Yeah, he said, "Don't be a dick."
That's easy. That's easier said than done, bro.
Yeah.
But you was talking about discipline, self-discipline.
Yeah, I was talking about self-discipline because the people call it other things like passion and pursuing something that you believe in or whatever. But I think it stems back to self-discipline, and I really think that's the foundation of everything else that makes you successful in life. Is being able to discipline yourself to actually achieve something or chase a goal that you are after. And that is guided, in my opinion, by your values and beliefs.
Yeah. Okay. So make the connection between self-discipline and your beliefs and values.
The connection between it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it depends. So it depends on what your foundational beliefs are. So if your beliefs are in, say, my belief is being on time, and I will not ever sacrifice that one belief that I have.
Okay.
So I'll be that guy that shows up 15 minutes early to everything, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not that person yet. I'm working on it. But
somebody gonna call you out.
Yeah.
You always late.
I'm always late. Yeah.
Late, Mac.
I'm just saying, if that happened to be somebody's value, that is something that they self-discipline themselves to that value.
Yeah.
And so, like, here's another thing, too. If your value happens to be in your work, like the passion you're pursuing, like mine's videography.
Okay.
And if I'm working on a project and something else kind of tries to come up, like, hey, guys, let's go watch a movie or whatever, but I know I got to edit a video, I'm like, sorry, guys, my self-discipline says I gotta edit this video and do what I love doing.
Yeah.
I can't go watch a movie right now.
So that's your self-discipline.
Yeah.
But once again, how does your values or your belief system, and you could use either words, your values, your beliefs.
Yeah, sure.
How does that strengthen your self-discipline? Like name some values that help you maintain that self-discipline you have when you're doing videos.
I think it's the desire to achieve. I put a lot of value on achievement.
Okay.
And a lot of value on my self-worth. And I will make actions to make myself feel better in my self-value and my self-worth, or in the thing that I think is going to better me in that moment. And that might be different things for different people. Like it might be at one point, it might be editing a video, or at the next point, it might be playing a video game, or if at the next point, it might be showing up in your workout clothes so you can go work out at the gym after we're done with this podcast.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So you're basically ready to go work out, huh?
I'm ready to work out.
Okay,
yeah.
I get it. So
I'm just saying, like, your values and beliefs will shift depending on. Okay, so will shift as you age, but there are the things that are the most common element about you who make up you.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to get at with that is, and how it relates to self-discipline is, if you have a foundational value in something, you won't actually change. And if something like comes up in the middle of it, you're not going to change that value. So like for some things, it's my wife. I will put my wife before so many other things.
Mm-hmm.
And like that desire to make sure that she is good guides my self-discipline.
That bond is unbreakable. I mean, and I think when you talk about self-discipline, you're talking about a certain level of consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very, very important. I mean, and that in itself helps build into your character.
Yeah.
You know, if you have, because people, I mean, you have your character. Everybody have a character. But if self-discipline is not part of it, mm-hmm. if you're lacking in that area, then, your character is very questionable because nobody can depend on you. Hell, you can't even depend on yourself.
Mm-hmm. when we were talking about mentorship just a minute ago, I have in my life I have a mentor who I value greatly, who is older and wiser than me in many ways, and we were actually talking about this last night. And I got a thing here, and I'll cover this up because just in case. But can you guys see this? Okay. Okay. So self-discipline, value. So your values and beliefs go to self-discipline, which then in turn becomes your character, which then influences your integrity, and then that also creates trust. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what I was going to go over today. Let's see if Instagram can see it over here. Since Instagram's over here. That's what we're looking at right now. Those are my notes that I have. Self-discipline, character, integrity, and trust.
Okay. So we had a self-discipline part of it.
Yep.
Okay. So now, because you were talking about your beliefs.
Yep.
Be it religion or values you were just taught as a kid, and now as a man, as a part of you. That goes into your self-discipline, and now your self-discipline is going to go into your character. Yep. What's the next step after that?
Well, let's define character, because I think that character is something that people kind of brush over because they don't believe it. Some people don't believe it is important as it is. In the definition that I wrote down is doing what must be done, what my mentor Dave pretty much told me, and I'm writing it down. Do what must be done and honor decisions and commitment, regardless of the emotional feelings about it, because you will make a decision, and long after the emotion of that decision is left, you're still going to do it because it's the right thing to do.
So you would do it. So if you make a decision, this is self-discipline as character. So you made a decision to do something. Yep. You committed to something. Mm-hmm. And now, regardless of how you feel emotionally, which could be like you're tired, you feeling, you coming up with every excuse, I'm overwhelmed, whatever the case can be, you still commit to that action and get it done.
Yeah. And I mean, you as a fighter, you probably had that a lot. There are days you probably woke up and you're like, I don't feel like working out.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah.
I'd rather eat a cheeseburger,
Yeah. But what keep me motivated or keep me honest is thinking about my opponent training. He's like in some mountain doing some Rocky montage.
He's like in the Siberian atmosphere.
Yeah, training for me. Okay. So I love that. So now we just really rolling into consistency, being committed, self-discipline based off of very good core values. Those are all really great concepts, and that's built a strong character. A man or woman that has those things embedded inside their heart, they're going to be successful.
Yep.
Okay? They're going to push through the tough times. They're going to enjoy the good times. They're going to set goals, and they're going to accomplish those goals. Just having a good core value system. I'm breaking it down again. Yep. I'm being very redundant, but I think it's very important. Having a good core values with good beliefs. That's going to breed into really strong, good, strong self-discipline. That's kind of integrated into their character, okay? And now they're building a level of consistency to go do what needs to get done, regardless how they feel emotionally. Because sometimes we set out a task, and because we're getting a little tired, because we feeling a little sick, we have all the excuses. We want to quit. We want to stop. We want to take a break. But that should not be the case. Yep. You should be committed. You set the goal. Go knock it out. Yep. Now, that leads to something else. You told me because I see on your paper.
Cool, because it comes right down to integrity, which is just what you were just talking about. And so that is just a wholeness in all areas of life. And that wholeness is what's going to actually go through and make you into a successful person, which in there will go towards a successful life. But, I mean, cause you kind of just touched on that whole topic. But let's go to that next part then. Because then what's that next part? Because when you're somebody who is self-disciplined, or let's start at the beginning. You have values and beliefs that create a self-discipline in you that people really look up to and admire. And that creates a character that you do the right thing regardless of the feelings of it. And then it leads into integrity, which is that emotional wholeness and that personal wholeness that you feel because all of your stars are aligned right now, essentially.
Yeah.
And that builds something called trust. And there are two different kinds of trust.
Well, see, in the military, integrity, is, on it, just doing the right thing even when nobody else is looking. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, like for instance, you could have the opportunity to cheat and nobody would know. Nobody would know. you could come out looking like a superstar, you know, and you'd be successful, and nobody would know that you did not earn that. Okay, and it's so tempting to take the easy route, so tempted to cheat a little bit. It's like, why do I want to kill myself when I could go and, you know, and take this shortcut and get the same results, or if not better results, because I got it done fast. Okay, but it's the integrity inside of you that, once again, that was built off your character, that's built off your self-discipline, that's built off of your core beliefs. That's going to make you say, no matter how tough the situation is, I'm going to address it with a good amount of integrity and make sure that I do it with a good heart. Okay, and I think that's important.
And I think that's a value, though, that is degrading, because in the perfect example in business, I guess, and I'm guilty of it too. So I mean, this is a continual improvement process. But when you know you're in the wrong in a situation, it's hard to go and address that.
Yeah,
it's hard to go and make it right, because you're gonna push through and actually like encounter people that are angry at you because of a decision that you made.
Yeah,
it was not in their best interest, or not what they had signed up for, kind of thing.
Okay,
so that's what I was getting at. Like,
well, you know what? Here's a little side question.
Yeah.
Do you ever think it's a good time to, like, it's a good reason to lie? Like you know, just I mean, it's like off the topic.
Okay.
Here. It's off
well,
the topic.
I mean, it's on topic, right?
Yeah.
To a degree.
Like,
I hate this question.
Like, if you was faced with a situation where you have to hurt somebody's feelings.
Yeah.
And you know, somebody asks you a question, like, for instance, okay, let's keep it lighthearted, right? So, like,
you mean like a white lie?
Yeah. A white lie is someone was like, you know, hey man, you know, do I look bad in this? And you thinking to yourself, man, you look horrible. But they so excited about it.
Oh no.
That you don't want to break their heart. Does your integrity step up? You know, based on your character and self-discipline and your core values, and say, bro, listen, I'm your homie. You look busted, like, and break their heart.
Yeah.
Or do you like just lie, like, nah, man, you look good. You look good, man. You look good. I like you.
Yeah.
Sharp. Like,
no. I think it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
I
so
like.
So you're saying there is a time that maybe telling a little white lie is a good thing?
Possibly.
Oh.
Okay. So, for me, and I'm going to address it how I would address it. Okay, so personally...
there's a little bit of a contradiction here, but go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, personally, I love it when people are just upfront and honest with me.
Got it.
About everything.
Okay.
But I can see where a white lie might be of benefit, depending on the situation and circumstance. Okay, so, perfect example would be... and it's not correct, by the way. White lies still come back to haunt you eventually.
A lie's a lie? That's a lie.
That's a lie.
If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck, right?
Yeah. The reason that you might tell a white lie is to ignore a problem in the short term, which can eventually lead to bigger problems in the long term. So take that away from you.
Yeah, one small lie, it could go through a big lie, because now you're going to have to lie.
Yeah.
You know, add more lies to back up the initial lie.
What about you forget about the lie? Like what?
Yeah. And it happens. It happens. Yeah.
So no. But like, if your wife says, "Do I look fat in this?" and you're like, "No, honey, you don't."
Yeah.
Like,
but you're thinking in your mind, like, yeah, your stomach is kind of poking out there.
Yeah, I'm not there yet, because my wife is pregnant. My wife is like really pregnant. And she's like, "Does this make me?" She asked me, "Does this make me look fat?" And I'm like, "Really? You're gonna ask me that? You're pregnant."
Okay, but now, after giving birth, some females go into the postpartum depression.
Yeah, true.
You know, and you know, they gain all this weight. They went from being slim and trim to like this extra weight that came out of nowhere, and like they're feeling very self-conscious.
True.
You know, they don't feel sexy, and they try to dress and get back to their old self, and they ask you these questions. Hey, babe, do I look fat in this dress? And you like, well, in your mind, you're thinking, well, this dress is not the best dress for you right now. But do you say that? Or do you be like, you know what, babe, honestly, you look good in anything you wear, and just kind of ride with it?
Yeah, I kind of ride with that one.
Yeah, you ride? Okay.
Yeah. Now, and that's a wife thing, you know. I try not, and I say try because it doesn't happen 100%, but I try not to lie to people that are not, like, when I'm interacting in the world, I try not to lie at all.
No
matter.
But you lie to your wife?
I would a lie about the do I look fat thing.
He's like, I tell the truth to everybody else, but my wife, I lie too.
She's 7 months pregnant.
Hopefully she didn't watch this.
She's gonna watch it later. It'll smack me, I'm sure. But no, but she's 7 months pregnant, so she's got an excuse. She is 4'11", and she was like 100 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah, I get it.
But now she still has that frame.
Yeah.
But now she's got a big old belly that goes along with it.
Yeah. I'm sorry for putting you on the spot, man.
No, but I'm just saying, like, there are times when people justify it in themselves to go, okay, this little lie to, like, so a deeper subject would be like, something just happened to a relative, and you know that if you tell this to the person that you love, it's going to impact them greatly, and they've got this big thing coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Do you stress them out right there in that moment and tell a white lie? No, everything's fine.
Mm.
Or do you tell them right away?
Oh, that's a tough one. That is a tough one.
That's a situation where that might be
good to just
might be okay to.
But then when they find out.
Oh yeah, that's it. It's long-term issues.
Yeah. Then when they find out that tragedy really did happen, and you lied to them, they're gonna be like, they're gonna be devastated. Well,
George says,
I was going to say, I love you regardless, but actually, Mom.
yeah. Put that question on me.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough situation, but anyway, getting back to the topic, we kind of sidestepped a little bit. Yeah. So now we have integrity, and the next step for integrity, as you build your integrity, which should be part of your character, which is based upon your self-discipline and your core values. What's the next step after integrity?
And from that, trust is formed. And for me, there are two types of trust. There is the morality version of trust, which is, I'm not going to steal, I'm not going to cheat, I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to do something that's going to negatively impact you.
Okay.
And then the other type of trust is more the emotional trust, that when you tell me that you're going to do something, I can count that you're going to do it.
Okay.
Because those are two different types of trust. Because you're not going to lie, steal, kill, whatever, right? Like those are big moral kind of trusting.
Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe, but maybe.
I mean, like for instance, let's say you went to the supermarket, right? And you put everything to be charged for, but for somehow you forgot one thing in the cart, and now you left the store, you didn't pay for it, nobody caught it. Mm-hmm. So you turn around and walk back to the store. Hey, guys, I apologize. I didn't pay for the soda, that I had. Here's $1.50. Do you keep going? Well, I just chalk it up to, somebody wanted me to have that soda for free.
Yeah, I've actually encountered this.
Yeah.
and I'll walk back into the store and pay for it.
You walk back into the store and pay for it? Damn. Better man than me.
Yeah, but I lie to my wife, so it's fine.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you lie to your wife. Because I keep walking. Because it's funny because this is bad, and I'm not justifying it. I'm just telling the truth. Mm-hmm. I say to myself, all the money this store made off me.
Yeah. Thousands
of dollars. They jack up the prices all the time. And you know what?
This soda's a gimme.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is just fate here, but go ahead.
No, I got you, man. I see both sides of that because I'm like, I don't feel like going. It's not worth my time to walk back in and pay $1.50 for this soda. Yeah, I get it. But knowing so I'm gonna go to business on this one. But when you have self-discipline and character and integrity, and you've built trust in, let's say, the marketplace for business, you will get opportunities thrown at you that would not come to you if you weren't somebody of this character and integrity. Like, if you're somebody that, in my craft, in marketing or making videos or anything like that, if I blow a project or if I blow a job, because life happens, life gets busy and you forget something or whatever happens to be the example, you break trust.
Yeah.
And that's not the breaking trust in because forgiveness can happen, but you have lost a level of trust.
So when you say trust, you're talking about the trust that people have in you?
Yeah.
So
that's the other type of trust.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, to recap here, we're talking about your values, right? Your values and your beliefs, okay, which builds a strong sense of discipline, which then kind of integrates into your character and make you a strong individual.
Yep.
And when somebody have good discipline based off of good values, then they could, have a good amount of integrity. It kind of you can't have one without the other.
Yeah.
And then when you have good integrity and people know that, because you just know that guy, like that guy's a good guy. He's a stand-up guy.
Yeah, you've built a foundation.
Yeah. You built the foundation, and then the other people start to trust you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get what is it? You get passive influence.
Okay.
Because you get stuff working for you without you having to work. Because your example here at the gym.
Yeah.
You fought in the UFC. You have this amazing career, and you go on, and people know, like, when you were a UFC fighter, oh, this guy is a good dude. He's charismatic. He markets himself well. He fights well. He'll be a good fighter to put into this fight against this dude.
Yeah.
Or, like, for my example, would be like, I have advocates out in Colorado Springs telling people about how cool I am because they hear that they are listening for something like
references.
Yeah. So, hey, I need to make this video. Oh, I know this guy. They're advocates because I've built a level of trust with them.
Yeah. I mean, not only that, they are talking about you because you are good at what you do, you're also good at keeping your word.
Yeah.
Which is also one of my old school values, that I believe it's going away. People keeping their word.
Yeah.
And as we kind of, once again, sidestep a little bit.
We did a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Keep sidestepping.
Yeah, that's fine. We're having an open discussion,
Yeah.
It's not structured. We just blabbing, right? So thank y'all for listening.
Oh, wait. If you guys are still tuned in and listening, are you liking what you're hearing? Give us a thumbs up so far so we know we're not just talking to ourselves. I mean, we're privileged to have you as part of this discussion with us. So it's not just us two rambling and talking. We would have this talk regardless of what's going on, but we thought we'd share this with everybody.
Yeah. So
okay.
Well, definitely we appreciate you people. We got some thumbs up on you. We appreciate that. But people not staying true to their word, and that goes along with your trust. Mm-hmm. And then they think they are. Mm-hmm. Perfect example is like me and my son. We had a bet on the Super Bowl. I said, man, if the Patriots win, you are going to clean the gym from top to bottom, the bathrooms, the floors, the machines. Yeah, you're going to clean everything if the Patriots win. Okay?
And all that sweat.
Yeah, sweat, everything. You'll be on your knees scrubbing everything. Every crevices. The gym going to be sparkling clean from your hard work. Now, if the Eagles win, I'm going to pay you $100. I'm going to go in my pocket and pay you $100.
How bad did that hurt?
What, with the Eagles winning or the $100?
No, the $100 having to pay him.
Okay, well, that's the point I'm going to make. Okay, so the Eagles won. Now, I had $100 in my pocket. It came from something else, but I had $100 in my pocket. I said, you know what? I'm going to prove something to you right now. I made a bet. I shook your hand. I looked you in the eye, and I said, if the Eagles win, I'm going to pay you $100. Now, mind you, I don't have $100 to be tossing around.
Yeah, but you told me you were going to do something.
Exactly. So and instead of being like, because people would do this, right? They would say, hey, I pay you on Thursday. Oh, I pay you next week. I pay you next pay period. And can I give you this instead of that? Can I give you 50 today, 20 tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? Like
so frustrating.
So they're not staying true to the word. Like, bro, we shook hands.
Yep.
We made a deal. Okay? And at the end of the deal, I'm going to require payment, either payment, services, or a combination of both, depending on the situation. Mm-hmm. Okay? So what happened was Eagles lost. I went into the wallet, took out the $100 that I had. I said, here you go, son. I'm giving you this money right now. Not tomorrow, not next week. I'll give it to you right now. Because I want you to understand that when you give your word, stay true to it. Do I want to give you this $100? No. I would rather you be cleaning the gym and I can use this $100 to pay your bill. Right?
Yeah.
But I made the bet, so I have to deal with the consequences. Yep. Okay? So I paid him $100. There you go. Remember this.
Do you think he would have cleaned the whole gym had they lost?
Oh, he wouldn't have a choice.
Okay. No, that's fair.
See the difference between me and other parents, because, I choke them out. I don't.
When your dad's a UFC fighter, you don't say no.
Listen, I don't believe in child abuse.
Yeah.
Okay? But my son is 15 years old. He's damn near, a young adult, right? So what I would do, so I'm not going to physically abuse him because I don't believe in child abuse.
Yeah, yeah.
Or what I'm going to do is bring him into the gym, put some gloves on him, and then beat him down and call it training. You understand what I'm saying? See, I don't
got a
beat.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu lesson here.
Yeah, we doing training, okay? But you're going to take this ass whooping regardless, okay? All right, but
I'm having a boy. Can I do that?
yeah, hey, man,
And
all you got to do is paint it in the right picture.
there you go. It's called
Okay?
training.
It's called training. So, but yeah, staying true to your word, okay? Because people trust you.
Yeah.
If you go ahead.
I was like, can I expand on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because the lesson with that too is, and if you're not in business, you brought up a good thing. Like, I'll pay you. I'm gonna pay you on Thursday, or can you take it in this form of payment?
Yeah.
When we first started,
hey man, can I pay you in Bitcoin?
Yeah, right. Yeah, because that thing went down like 300% in value.
Yeah.
It's like $6,000 now or something like
Yeah.
that. But anyway, when we first started our business, we did everything on a handshake. Learned the hard lesson because people took advantage of that.
For sure. Never.
Yeah, no. And so from there, it went to a basic contract where there wasn't penalties, there wasn't interest, there wasn't crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And that got taken advantage of but on multiple occasions in business. And then we're like, fine, we'll get a contract just like everybody else that is like airtight, because you can't trust the word of people nowadays.
No, you can't. I mean,
a handshake is not a handshake.
I mean, the thing is that, people are always going to find the easiest route. You know,
that's true.
So you always have to protect yourself, and it sucks. But to be honest with you, when it comes to business, you almost can't have trust. Yeah. Think about that, guys. Like when you're doing business, especially with unknown entities, like you don't know the other person per se, and even when you do know the person, a lot of times the people you know screw you over the quickest, right?
Yeah, it's true, because they're friends. They think you'll forgive them.
Yeah. So you can't have trust. Now you can have. Okay, let me say it right. You can have a certain amount of trust, because if this person is not trustworthy and you know it, then why would you mess with them?
Yeah, you don't do business with them.
Okay,
or you're not friends with them or whatever.
Okay, but you know to protect yourself, even when it's somebody that you do know, somebody you do have an understanding with, somebody you even did business with before in the past. You still gotta have a level of just not trusting someone.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's the only way you're gonna be successful, because that would mean you won't get jacked over.
Yeah, that is an old school value that's gone away, is just giving people blind trust.
Yeah, well, I mean, because people don't earn it. I mean, I guess it go either way. Having blind trust or people earning blind trust. And I don't think nobody earning. I mean, blind trust is called blind for a reason. I don't think anybody earned that. You got to earn trust.
Well, like back in the 80s and 90s, and even in small towns still today, like people leave their cars unlocked, people leave their doors unlocked to the house and everything, and they feel safe because there's a trust there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, not anymore. Like especially if you're in a city, no way.
No. If you're in the city, definitely not. I mean, but that's sad. But that's the way the world is. So
yeah.
I mean, the only thing that I can say about that, as myself, I do try to do the best I possibly can to so people will be able to trust me and will have a sense of, like, when they're doing business with me, they know that they're gonna get what I promise when I promise it. I'm so big on that. I can't stand people who overpromise and underdeliver. That is so whack to me. Like, if I say that I'm going to do something, not only I'm going to do it, I'm going to try to double up on it. I want you to walk away feeling like, man, I got a really good deal out of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I never want to underdeliver, man. So
I feel like that about, like, telling people I'm going to be somewhere at a certain time.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm still guilty of it every once in a while, but I really try to just, even though it's not going to be a pleasant experience, if I know I'm running late, I'm going to tell them, hey, I'm running late. Yeah. I will be here 10 minutes late.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that.
Some people are like, I'll be right there, and they're still in the shower.
Yeah. Well. See, the thing is that I'm not saying that if life happens and you have to make a detour, like if I did promise something and I really can't deliver, then once again, you have enough trust in me or enough belief in me to know that if that ever happened, that I will come to you in the most honest form as possible and let you know what's going on as quick as I possibly can.
Yeah.
In other words, I'm not going to have you walking around thinking that if this is going to happen, I already took your money, I already took your services, or whatever the case may be. And then at the end of the day, when it's time to deliver, oh man, I forgot to tell you, it's going to be another 2 weeks for that. I'm sorry, this happened, that happened. No, I'm going to tell you from the jump, hey, this happened, I can't deliver. Do you want your refund or whatever the case may be? I can make it up in other ways, or we could keep pushing forward, although it's going to be a little bit late.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just a certain amount of honesty.
Yeah, setting proper expectations.
Yeah, because I get it. I'm not perfect. Life isn't perfect, and I'm not going to walk around like I am. But I do know when I say something, I mean it, and I do my best to make it happen. And if I can't make it happen, I'm going to let you know, and I'm going to be honest.
Yep. Can you guys relate to that? And yeah, George, I love that. Your word is your bond.
Word up.
Yeah, it's definitely dropped in value for sure.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of that, though? Give us your thoughts in the comments. We're totally looking forward to hearing that.
Yeah. So to recap a little bit, as we kind of sum up this whole conversation, we went all over the board.
All over. And I still think there's some values that we haven't gotten to.
Of course. I mean, listen, if we haven't touched upon some values that you believe will help strengthen up your self-discipline or your whole character, write down some values, that y'all think are very important, or values that we believe that is kind of diminishing a little bit, in today's society. That'd be pretty dope to read those and see how can we work together as a group, as a community, to try to bring some of those things back. But to recap, we start off with beliefs and your core values. Just like I mentioned, the 7 core values in the Army of respect, duty, courage, loyalty, honesty, selfless service, integrity. And it's funny because this is actually written as an acronym.
What's the acronym?
I don't remember because I don't have it in order. I haven't been in the Army since.
This is like a word puzzle.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't been in the Army since December 2005. But it means something. But anyway, so
I don't know what that would mean.
And I think it's strong in the military and also civilian world. But okay, anyway, so your core values, be it based upon your religious belief or something you'd have installed to you from your parents, or like somebody like me that was installed in me from my from the military, which breeds a good amount of self-discipline.
Yeah.
Okay, which then that is integrated into your character.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you bind that with a lot of integrity.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that person have all those things in order, then people are going to start to trust you.
Yep. These that we're kind of covering right now, these are the core tenets of what being a leader. And not even a leader by position. This is a leader by influence.
Oh.
Like, if you're a leader by influence, you have all of these traits.
Oh, man.
This is what makes you successful.
That's a very interesting statement. I'm going to try not to... It's sucking me in, man. I mean, because it's sad when we have...
It's heavy stuff.
Yeah, it's sad when we have leaders today. And y'all know who I'm talking about.
You can just point at a politician. And
Yeah. We have leaders today who don't have no integrity, don't have no respect. Forget about self-service or honesty or even real loyalty that would jump from one bag into one bandwagon into another bandwagon just because it suits their political agenda or their political affiliation. It's sad because kids today look up to the leaders of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can't find those core values within their leaders, then how are they going to represent that?
Yeah, and it's such an interesting thing you just said too. Like, people look up to certain people for their own reasons, right? But there are certain things that are qualities that you expect in somebody that's going to be a leader.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like, I might look up to somebody that I know isn't a leader, but I admire what they do.
Yeah.
But kids need leaders to look up to.
For sure.
Like, we have people that are, celebrities or whatever. They entertain us, and that's why people look up to them. They admire what they do. But there are certain people that need to be in positions of leadership and exude leadership qualities that are missing.
Let me ask you a question.
Here comes.
I don't know anything about your political background, and I'm not even trying to get into that too deep.
Okay.
But I would ask this question.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is more important, results or how you get those results? Meaning that if you live the life that is like, it goes against everything that you believe in,
Mm-hmm.
the way you carry yourself, the way you talk, the way you interact with people, but you are producing a certain amount of results that you can brag about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Are you going to bed happy at night? Okay, I'm going to give you an example, and you don't have to talk about it, but I'm just going to give you an example. For instance, we obviously got President Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he would say that the stock market is at record highs, although it did lose almost close to 2,000 points.
It tanked.
Yeah, it tanked. But like last week, he could have said it, okay? And then he would say, unemployment is at the lowest ever. Although I don't believe any of his policies was actually cause of that. But let's give him a little bit of credit. He was president when these things actually occurred, when those numbers came out. So let's give him credit, okay? But the way he conducts himself, it's so embarrassing. I don't want my kids looking at the president and say, be like that man.
Mm-hmm.
But people will make the argument and say, well, he may not be the best person, but look at the results. He may not tell the truth all the time, but look at his results. Mm-hmm. He may not have a lot of integrity. He may say some things off the wall, speak from the top of his head, and whatever case may be, he may disrespect some people. He may even show like traces of racism. But look at his results. Unemployment is low. The stock market is doing great. What are you complaining about?
Yeah,
that's a problem for me, though.
Well, and I've got two views on this. First off, to answer your question, I am a process person. Mm-hmm. I enjoy the game and the journey of leading up to something, no matter what it is. Yeah. That I value the process more than the result.
Okay.
Because truth is, you'll learn more from failing, quote unquote failing, because you went through the process and the journey, and you might not have got the result you wanted, but what you gained was invaluable.
Yeah.
I've always been a process person. I love the game of doing something. And I admire people that also enjoy the process. So with that said, though, I'm right there with you. Thing that annoys me, though, just about coverage and media in general is I don't know what to believe.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean,
I don't know what's true.
Yeah, I mean, but numbers don't lie.
No, I don't know that I'm saying. But I just don't know what's true.
But you know what? People say skeptical. That. You know what? People say that, but then you can look at the numbers, okay, and they are what they are. But then you could also look at his behavior. You could turn off the you could turn off the news and just look at this man's behavior and just be like, okay, I don't want to be like that.
No. I'm not defending Trump at all because he's got character flaws that I just can't get on board with.
Yeah.
I didn't vote for him in the election.
Yeah.
But that said, like, I don't care about those results. I care about the process.
Okay.
And so that's where I'm like, I'm annoyed at people who claim, and this is not even a Trump example. This stands for any politician that says I'm responsible for doing something. No, a team was responsible for making something happen.
Yeah.
Or in some cases, especially in a political system like we have people who took actions and made things happen 10 years ago or 20 years ago that we're just seeing the results of now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, we don't know what the origin story of what made some kind of result a result.
Yeah. When my father first asked me, or he made a statement, something to the like, back when Trump was first elected, and he was like, what if Trump do a really good job? Okay. He's still Trump. He does Trump things, but he actually produced some good things. And I told him, I said, you know what, Dad? Not all money is good money. Just because he's able to, to bring the economy back, and let's just say he did that, and you give him credit for that. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that he did. I'm saying hypothetically, fictitiously speaking, that he did. But he did it in the way that was very dishonest, mm-hmm. with low integrity. Mm-hmm. That separated the country between races and color and financial backgrounds, and you just feel like, okay, we're doing all right financially, but as a people, as a whole, with love, we are falling behind.
Let me ask you this, because I think this is a better question. Do you think we'll ever have a leader, no matter what political spectrum they're from.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll ever have a leader that is truly 100% a leader? That is process focused versus results.
I mean, people probably roast me for this because at first I was against it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm actually on board for Oprah Winfrey to run for presidency. I'm on board.
Oh my gosh! All right, you gotta explain this one.
Oprah 2020.
What about The Rock?
Okay, The Rock. No. I'm gonna tell you why. Okay.
Yeah. Just explain it.
Yeah. If I could break this down as quick as possible. Okay. Let's talk about her story. Start there.
No, she has a great story.
We're talking about a black woman in this country who we know black women are the lowest as far as pay, as far as opportunities, everything. Okay. In this country, during the time that it was, I mean, her world, entertainment, that's a white male dominant world. And
talk show world.
Yeah, talk show. And she came up, okay, and became one of the most successful women in the world. Okay. Mm-hmm. So that tells me she's smart, she's educated, she has to have a certain amount of integrity. People trust her to do business with her. And we're not talking about a lady that was given a couple $1 million to start with, like Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. Okay, we talking about a true self-made millionaire who came out with a horrific childhood. She was raped. Mm-hmm. She was abused. She was broken down and she was never told she was pretty. Like these things, she had to fight and get through to become one of the most successful women in the world. Now,
is she running, by the way? Did she declare?
No, she didn't declare.
Okay.
Yeah, but I also think it's still too early. Maybe like 2018 after mid-elections, maybe. Okay, so we know her background. We know her success story. What about her influence? Who else is more influenced? Like it's hard for somebody to find bad words about Oprah Winfrey. Mm-hmm. And she's been in the public light for years, for decades. Mm-hmm. No scandals. Okay, so she's scandal free. Mm-hmm. Okay, and she how many people have she helped in the world? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we know she had that selfless service. She's willing to give back to the people. She's one of the people. She started from the bottom. Mm-hmm. See, Donald Trump never knew how to go without. He never knew anything about a struggle. Everything that happened to him is what he did to himself. He went bankrupt because of bad business decisions. Stuff he did to himself. Mm-hmm. But Donald Trump never had to deal with not having. Okay, so if you never have to deal with that, then you can't talk to me about understanding the problems of the common man. You don't know what the common man is.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? You've never been around that.
Here's a better question too. Okay, so I think that
I got some more stuff.
Of the two, I agree with you in that point. But do you think the U.S. presidency? You got some. She pushes a lot of pseudoscience. Yeah, I don't know.
That's Michael.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
We're just talking.
Yeah.
But do you?
You have to give me an example. What do you mean by that pseudoscience?
I don't know. Yeah. But do you think the presidency is something that can be welded, in today's standards, by just one person? Do you think one person is?
I mean, technically speaking, the presidency is one person, but it's one person supported by a strong team.
Yeah, but do you think we should follow like the one leader model, or should it be more of a republic model?
Well,
because of the complexity of what today is.
Well, I thought we had the best of both worlds. Yeah. We have the branches, whereas each one is checks and balances. But the thing about Oprah Winfrey that I also want to give her credit for, I think she has the ability to bring people together from different walks of life, from the rich and the poor, from black and white, from different religion, different genders, male to female. She has the ability to unite. Donald Trump never had that, and I can't think of another, because people are like, well, Oprah Winfrey is not a politician. What does she know about politics? But she's been doing business around the world. She understands global economics. She understands global influences. She understands the impact of what America have in the world. Mm-hmm. Okay, she understands her impact on the world. Mm-hmm. Okay, which I think is all important, and I just can't. I mean, there's probably other politicians that could probably do the job better. I just can't think of anybody, Republican or even Democrat. Right now, the Democrats they're weak. And Republicans, a bunch of liars. I'm sorry. I can let me say, I'm not saying all Republicans are liars. I'm saying the people that we have in administration.
I'm saying on both parties they're liars.
For sure.
But I think that I'm a big believer in the Constitution. But I think that we should also have a 3-party system, not a 2-party.
Oh yeah, no, you should have multiple. But like people are always going to gravitate as a group because we are a tribal nation.
Yeah.
Okay, we're always going to gravitate to one side or the other.
Yeah.
You like, for instance, if you give, I can't remember what country it is, but they had like 12 different parties.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big mess.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot of countries that use like a 3 or 4-party system. Okay. And they make it work.
Yeah. I mean, but the truth is there are multiple parties. It's just that they're not popular.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a big subscriber into like today you can only be either Republican or Democrat.
Okay. True.
Like, well, people use that as like a label, and that label has a definition to it that might not even be who you are.
Well, I think what you're trying to say is that people vote on political affiliation, not on the person or their policies. In other words,
yes.
I cannot like Hillary Clinton at all. I don't like none of her policies, but she's a Democrat, so I'm voting for her. Or I don't like Donald Trump. I don't believe in him, but he's a Republican,
so I'm going to vote for him. Yep.
That is a problem.
Yep.
That is a problem.
Yeah.
You should vote on policies. You should vote on 2 things: the person and their policies, which kind of should go hand in hand.
Oh, my life with you, man.
You know, but I mean, that's just my personal take, and I apologize. We went on this whole political.
We went on a political route.
Yeah.
But it begs the question because we got into the conversation of leadership because we were talking about old school values that don't seem to be as present anymore.
Yeah.
It seems to be a fading thing because these are the in my notes. These are the qualities that make a good leader.
Yeah, I mean, like if you look at this, if you look at our top leader, the most known leader, which is the president, and I know I feel like I'm beating out on Trump, but he is the president. He's the number one. He's the guy. He's the guy. So if you look at this, if you're talking about God belief and values, what values do we know he had? Like seriously, in his religious belief, you could say he's a Christian, but does he ever go to church? Do he ever speak about religion? I mean, we don't know, okay?
There's a lot of people who do that say they're Christians and they aren't.
I mean, that's true. Okay, so let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, sure.
Self-discipline. What self-discipline? Well, like, the guy cannot even, he has a teleprompter that tells him word for word to say, speak to this topic, be presidential, and he starts rambling and going off base and talking about crazy stuff and offending people. Instead of just, literally, bro, just read what's on the paper and move on. He can't do that. He has no discipline. Okay, and then he caused more problems, and then he gets mad at other people for calling him out and the problems that he created for himself. It's a funny situation, and then talk about his character.
Yeah.
Okay, come on, like anybody. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Anybody that actually listened to him, do you really believe that he has true integrity?
Well, I think the case that you're building is we're talking about leadership qualities.
Leadership qualities,
and that's not a good leader.
Yeah.
I mean. The thing that I think we can both agree on is that's not a good leadership quality type of guy.
Yeah. Like, yeah. I look at this list and how you broke it down.
Yeah.
And then I also look at the list of my 7 core values in the military. Yep. And also I look at the list of you talked about old school values, doing research and respecting your elders, looking for mentors, staying true to your word and stuff like that. And then I look at the number one leader, the leader of the free world. I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
like he doesn't have any part of this.
Yeah, but
what does it matter? Because he's rich, and he found ways to get elected, and he's our president now. So I guess shut up.
Well, no, it's a good thing because it's a good thing to talk about because it's something that this is what we need to be raising awareness to is what actually equates to a good leader.
Yeah,
because instead of making it a thing about parties and like Republican, Democrat, whatever, why don't we look at the Martin Luther King example, the quality of your character.
Yeah.
That actually means, the content of your character.
Yeah.
Like, that needs to speak out more than anything because if you find somebody that's got great rooted values and beliefs that many other people can share or even look to, like I want to aspire to have that kind of value and belief system.
Yeah.
And I don't say belief system as like religion. I'm saying just belief in anything. Like, anyway, I'm just saying that if you have good quality, grounded values and beliefs that lead to self-discipline and character and integrity and trust, like that type of foundation is what makes a great leader.
I agree with you.
And that's what we should be grading people on, but unfortunately, that's a lost art.
It is. It is a lost art.
Now
But
it's who can raise the most political awareness, who can make the biggest splash on social media.
yeah, I mean,
It's a popularity contest.
how can we? I mean, the last point I'm going to make is how can we hold our kids accountable for the actions, our businesses accountable for the actions, our police officers and the FBI and other government agencies accountable for the actions, is when we don't hold the number one guy accountable for his actions, for the things he says. And like, there's always excuses for it. You know, like we lower the bar so low. You know, he could say one word today, another word that totally contradicts and make it seem like a liar, and people forget it or give him an excuse, or he gets a pass, or better yet, he doesn't get. There's no repercussions from it.
Yeah,
and then it's like, we can let this guy go, but then we want to like get mad at our kids for lying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But our president is cool. If you will let your president get away with stuff that you wouldn't let your kids get away with, that's a problem.
You know, we talk about this in a personal atmosphere, but like the decisions that you make today are going to impact you 5 years in the future.
Yeah.
And so right now, because of the systems that are in place, we don't know what the ramifications are going to be in the next 8 years of what's taking place here.
Well, I guess we find out, guys. All right, man, we're going to call it. We rambled up for a while, but thank you guys for listening. So we're just going to say a couple of things. Make sure you share, like, comment on this video. Go to our YouTube page, which has been growing. Thank you for the support, the likes, and the comments on the YouTube page. But go to the YouTube page to see our prior episodes. We got some really cool episodes of content that's going to be coming out soon. So, you know, just stay with us, man. We're getting better at this.
Yeah, and we're not going to go jump off on political rants because that actually isn't the point of what we're doing here. We're just on a topic that hit leadership, and we're like, inspired to talk about.
It was bound to happen sooner or later.
Yeah.
We actually did really good not talking about politics.
We made it 13 episodes.
13 episodes. But real quick, this Sunday, me and my girlfriend Rachel are going to be doing a special Valentine's Day love episode. So definitely check that out. I will also be choosing the winner to my workout challenge. I know I was supposed to do it this past Sunday, but because it was Super Bowl, so we decided to do a bye weekend. But next Sunday, we're going to choose the winner of the workout challenge to win a free organic grass-fed protein from Muscle Farm.
And then take a look and Google the Colorado Springs Police Officers Fallen Officers Fund.
Yeah, support that.
Support that for sure, because that's Micah Flick. His family is going to be a beneficiary of that fund. And if you guys Google that and you're like, how do I get involved when stuff like this happens? That fund is one example of a really good fund to do that, because I can't speak for you. I think I can speak for you on this one. We're big supporters of our military, police, first responders, all that. And we want to make sure that people who give their all to a cause, their families are taken care of. Yeah,
exactly. Because Michael Fleck, he gave his life yesterday in the line of duty. You know, just doing his job, and he was shot. And he got twins, 7-year-old twin girls. You know, that's gonna need some support. You know, so much love out to his family. All right, guys, another episode down. Thank you for watching. Hard work, bad decisions. I always want to say hard work, dedication.
I know, that's your catchphrase.
Tattooed
on you.
Yeah. I gotta stop myself sometimes. But anyway, hard work, bad decisions, the good, the bad, the ugly. Let's talk about it.
All right, see you guys.